Hey guys, how's it going? Comparing here. So the 1 week race in Path of Exile has ended. Top level 85. A little bit sad considering I think much more was possible, but a little bit better than what I anticipated early on. I thought early on people wouldn't even get that high, but pretty good. Most of the reason that I'm discussing the topic is because we did the event that Rocks came up with the idea. I tried to push it a little bit, and a lot of people participated in the Manmode challenge, where you make a melee character, self-found, all the works. I already made a few videos about the character. I'll probably upload a similar build that will actually work late game on Exile Pro a little bit later. But for the most part, I want to discuss kind of how the race went for me and kind of how it went for other people. So basically, the first few days were really fun. Just coming up with an idea for a build and actually going through with it is a lot of fun. That's really probably the most enjoyable experience that I have in Path of Exile. And the first 2 days was just that. It was, realizing that the build that I had, conceptualized is actually working. I'm playing it and it's pretty fun. I'm getting the upgrades all the time because you level through the game. Everything's an upgrade. Oh my god, a rare hammer. I'm sure that's an upgrade. UID, it's a piece of shit, but oh, it's an upgrade, So it's pretty cool stuff. By the third day, I was starting to farm Merciless. I had a pretty epic Vol kill, which I uploaded to YouTube a few days back. But then when I got to Act 3, I started farming, and I farmed. I farmed for like 2 or 3 days, and I didn't get anything, and I was a little bit down. Just because, my gear wasn't good enough to do maps, but I was, too high of a level to realistically gain experience when I was grinding, City of Sarn and shit like that. So I was kind of down, and started doing maps anyway. What I had to do is, I ended up finding a purity gem, so I had to use that to overcome the fact that I didn't have cap resist. There was absolutely no way I could cap my resists without spending 10 passive points to get it, and I just didn't really want to do that. So cap my resists, a few passive points. The purity drop really helped. And I started doing maps, but the build was kind of a little bit wonky. I didn't have enough mana to support doing the 4-link that I initially wanted, which was Leap Slam, melee physical, added fire, weapon, elemental, because I only had enough mana to do 1 or 2 Leap Slams, and the mana leech wasn't really effective fast enough for me to continue Leap Slamming. So I had to replace weapon elemental with blood magic, thus lowering my damage a lot. But I had to do what I had to do. The early maps were really scary. I was getting destroyed by everything. But eventually, got kind of used to it. Did a few more maps, started doing, some Lunaris runs. Got through a little bit, ended up doing some races. Didn't really like the fact that I had to do maps in such terrible gear. And then I went back to it a few days ago. And this is after the duelist changes. This is another disappointment, you see. I pretty much made my character in Merciless what it was for the reason that I'd farm it. So I made a build that would be, in my mind, temporary, because I thought, under the understanding that what the guys over at Grinding Gear had said, if you had any talents that were being moved, you get a full respec. Well, I had the Berserking node, which was moved, but I also had the section that it's now under, so I didn't get a full respec, and I had good number of points, probably in the order of about 20 skill points that were essentially temporary skill points, and I couldn't respec all of it. I didn't have the resources to do that because it is self-found. So I was using an unoptimal spec, and it was just kind of rough. I ended up getting a new helmet, some new chests that I never managed to link. Check this out, right? I had a 6-socket astral plate. I got it 4-linked on fusing number 2, and then 50 fusings later I didn't get another 4-link. I thought, second fusing, 4-link, I'll try to maybe go to the next 4-link, because I had maybe 25 fusings at the time. Nope, didn't happen. Never happened. I don't know what I'll do with that piece of shit. I don't know. We'll see. But in any case, I got some good pieces of gear. I did a respec into Inner Force with my 8 respecs, plus I believe 3 of the regrets that I had found over the week. And the character was, in the last day, very strong. I was able to do maps fairly easily, even as a melee, even in self-found. At the end, my playtime was, 2.5 days. It's nothing, The guys that end up winning the race, they're double that, more than double that. So my time efficiency while playing solo, when I looked at it like level by level, was actually far better than anyone that did a group up until the last maybe day or two where people started to really push high maps. The difference there wasn't even the effectiveness, while it may have been because I didn't try my high maps, but I did have high maps. I got really lucky with maps, but I was, kind of thinking that I'd rather save them for my main character. I ended up finishing the race with like 269 maps, 1268 maps, and like 266 maps. So I had crazy amount of maps, but if I did them all, I probably would have skyrocketed as well. I think I ended up, pretty high up on the Manmode ladder. There used to be a ladder on Exile stats, but I think it's a little bugged right now with the making of this video, so maybe that'll be up a little bit later on. I'm not too sure. But, a lot of people have participated. I'm glad you guys had a lot of fun. I've been reading the forums, I've been reading the replies, kind of the opinions that I've seen. And what I really realized is that a lot of people ended up dying to desync, which, that's kind of how it is with Melee. Hopefully this stuff gets fixed, and hopefully the whole idea that, Rox and I presented to everyone here, goes through in the development side. Hopefully the guys over at GGG kind of understand the issues better that we're dealing with Melee. And, all in all, I think it's been a really cool event. I hope you guys participated and have had as much fun as I did. But, sometimes that RNG with the drops, or in some cases with the maps, or in some other cases with the desync, was not so kind to some of you. So I'm sure a few people had a little bit less fun than others. But it is what it is. I'll maybe upload you guys a video about the build in detail and kind of the future of the build maybe tomorrow, so you guys can look into that. I'm sure some people are really interested in that, because this is how I usually do builds. Like, I have a concept, but then I have to do the concept, because once you actualize the concept is when you realize the details and realize things you can do better. So stage 2 of the build will be coming up soon. If you guys look forward to that, make sure to check it out. And until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I don't want to have to go downward the whole fucking map, so I'm just gonna do it. Oh, okay. Immune curses, extra damage. Let's get this guy stuck here. Boom. Now let's have fun with him. Yes. Yes. No, come back. 6 strats. Who loves it? Who loves it? Come on. Come on. That was sick.
Glorious.
Glorious.
Knockback for the win.